Welcome back here on a Thursday morning. Profiting off the presidency, ? Republican lawmakers launching a probe into the Biden family business ventures and the possibility that several family members are using his position as president to their advantage.
Here to react, House Foreign Affairs and Judiciary Committee member, Congressman Greg Steube. Good morning to you, Congressman. So members of the House Oversight Committee, Republican members, they want an investigation. And they wrote a letter saying, unfortunately, these reports of President Biden using his former official position of public trust to swell the coffers of his family members are widespread. And any hope the pattern of family self-dealings would finally stop when he assumed the presidency has been dashed. I mean, you do have Hunter Biden with his budding art career selling paintings for $500,000. So where do you stand on this? Are you as concerned as some of your other Republican colleagues?
Well, I join with my Republican colleagues on the Oversight Committee. Can you imagine for a second if one of Trump's children were doing the exact same thing during the Trump presidency? You would not hear the end of it in the mainstream media. They would constantly be talking about it and demanding that they find out who it is that's paying $500,000 for one of these paintings with a straw. It would be nonstop, reaching out and asking why this is going on. So if they don't have anything to hide, then why aren't they releasing the information to the public as to who's paying $500,000 to somebody who's never been an artist before, who happens to be the son of the president of the United States, and find out who it is that's paying this type of money for this type of activity to show that there's nothing unethical or illegal going on.
Yeah, this goes beyond this smells bad, this fails to pass the smell test. What are the actual red flags that you think the Republicans are looking for with regard to all three of these individuals, Hunter, the brother, and the sister?
Well, you can't be paying off family members for some type of government action. Their father, Hunter Biden's father, is the president of the United States. And if there are foreign actors or foreign leaders, say China, for example, or a Russian oligarch that's paying $500,000 directly to Hunter Biden for some type of wink, wink, nod, nod, hey, we're going to help you out in some type of government action because my father is the president, that's illegal. You can't do that type of activity. So if that's not going on, then release the information of who it is that's purchasing these paintings.
Yeah, Congressman, let's talk about Cuba. And this week, Florida's Democratic Party called for additional sanctions on leaders in the Cuban government. And one of those lawmakers in your home state of Florida had this to say. She says, we need to be the beacon of hope. There are people in Cuba protesting, waving the American flag. That has never happened. We need to understand the movement we're living in. So a lot of people, both Republicans and Democrats, are saying we can't let this moment go to waste. What do you think the Biden administration should do on this front?
Well, you're hearing from Florida Democrats because there is a very large Cuban population here in Florida, and they know if they just completely ignore the Cuban population here in Florida, like the Biden administration is doing, that it's not going to work out well for them politically. We, as a country, have to stand with the Cuban people. What's interesting is the Cubans waving American flags are acting more patriotic than you're seeing of Americans here in America calling to dismantle our systems of government and defund the police, and we want a socialized system here. You're hearing nothing from Democrat socialists in the House about what's happening in Cuba. There are people that are starving. They don't have food. They don't have health care. We as Americans need to stand for freedom, and we need to stand with the Cuban people that are being oppressed by a communist regime.
Congressman, 30 seconds to you. I don't understand. Maybe you can help me with this. Why can't this administration just say communism bad, which has been the point of our country, which has been one of the bulwarks of our country literally since our founding?
They can't, because the far left progressives actually want socialism and communism here in our country. So he'll offend the far left fringe of his party if they say that. Yeah,
but you know what? The other side of that is Trump won Florida in 2020. And I think it would be a big political win for Biden. Could you imagine if he actually helped liberate Cuba, how politically advantageous that would be for him in a swing state? But so far, he's taken a more muted tone, and there are calls for greater action on this front. Congressman, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
For having me.